Greetings guys, welcome back. Man, big smile on my face as I did mention in my previous videos, and what I'm trying to say is that I've had no change of mind, that I am here to stay and continuously cover the content around Undisputed alongside other things, but obviously mainly Undisputed because that's where I've built a beautiful community including you guys. So I'm very happy, and on top of that I'm currently in the process of speaking to a lot of content creators, trying to think outside the box, doing a few things different, you know, get some collaborating going on. So it's happy days, man. I just feel good to be in this position where, you know, you are one of the pinnacles of the Undisputed. I can honestly say that for sure, alongside other great content creators. You know, our list goes on. So yeah, let's delve into this video, man. I appreciate you all. I thought this would be a really interesting video to obviously do for you all, whereas I'm going to delve into the very first beginning of the Undisputed, which was called ESBC. I know a lot of people got to obviously try out and do tests and stuff like that. Obviously I didn't play this version at all. I don't think it got released, correct me if I'm wrong, because obviously I weren't around them times. But obviously then they evolved to Undisputed, which is what we're currently playing now. So I'm going to play the video. I want you guys to have your thoughts as well on what actually changed, because a lot of people was like, you know, bring this back. And I don't know if they're relating to the beta, because I did play the beta and it was totally different from what I'm about to show you now. I didn't play the very first video, which I'm going to show you now, but I did obviously play the beta. And from there, you know, that's where I kind of like progressed. So yeah, let's delve into it.
So whilst we were pleased with the feedback we'd received from our March gameplay,
right? So here's some gameplay.
We knew there were still many items
to me already. I can see the shading. The shading looks fantastic to me. To me, the Undisputed graphics are great as well. A lot of people do not like the Undisputed graphics, and I don't know why. Depends what type of system you're playing on as well. I play on PC. So I kind of get like, you know, the realism in terms of the graphics and whatnot. And I know a lot of you guys are probably related as well. So far, you know, similar graphics.
I'm delighted to show you the progress of that now. As you can see, there's been some significant improvements to our overall venue, lighting and crowd. So throughout the rest of this video, you'll be able to see.
Right, so these are the important things as well. Definitely the things that we should be looking at,
just so that you can see the responsiveness of the
so to me the movement looks the same.
It's an area that we've put in a lot of effort because the responsiveness of the controls was incredible.
You can see down here as well the BPM. These are really good to have, and I like the HUD as well. The HUD's really nice looking. It's strange on how they change. I'm not saying the current version of Undisputed isn't good, but this was really good for a start.
Really important to our footwork system, and same with the punch control system.
I like that there, like what Lawrence just did then, the way how he was flowing in and out. I'm gonna rewind it, pick back there.
Effects together. We needed it to
I like that stuff there. That's the realism that you want in a boxing game.
The fighters are, and we're incredibly happy with the results.
You know, so in comparison to Undisputed, there's only certain fighters that have some sort of like a style like that. Not many of them do that
so far.
Well, hardly any.
Before we continue to the next phase, we'd just like to say that the referee is going to be replaced with the legendary Kenny Bailey.
Crazy. So this game obviously has a referee. So if you are updating a version, okay, you've got to kind of like have similarities, and that's obviously having a referee. And guys, before I even continue this video, I am not in any shape or form discrediting Undisputed. I've never done that. I've always shared positive criticism. And one thing I'm going to say as well, I've had a lot of people, you know, out of nowhere coming with these type of comments, you know, saying, you know when you know what, I'm going to save that for another video. I don't really want to delve into it much, but you know, I've had to delete a lot of comments because a lot of people are just, man, they just don't know what it's like being a content creator. I'm telling you, they think they know it all and they don't. And they think that once you love the game, you know, because they don't like the game, they obviously start on you, which is shocking. But we'll save that for another time.
Analog stick all the way produces quick steps and halfway has
Right.
smaller steps.
That's another indication as well in terms of the quick steps. That's a really good thing. I've not really seen that in Undisputed. You know, more or less when a player does go back, they kind of take their time going back, and then you got the opponent pushing forward. That there was an example of some really quick steps there.
Analog stick all the way produces
That's
quick
good.
steps
That
and
is
halfway
actually good.
has smaller steps.
So now I'm assuming that the
The transition is
opponent
very
could do the same. So I don't know if we're going to actually see that.
seamless. And this is all part of our footwork system, allowing for angles to be created.
That is good. It's really
However,
good.
It's all about the momentum of your fighter. Your fighter will shift their weight from one leg to the other. They won't just instantly float in the opposite direction. Ali. So it really opens up the possibilities. This feature is
Oh,
toggled by
that
pressing
is
up on
brilliant.
the
That
D-pad
is.
and moving the left stick around in the direction that you want to go.
I think that's fantastic.
So what this does is it brings out the unique movements.
It's a
of the
lateral
boxer.
movement there. Yeah, definitely. That's the thing that I was saying, because not a lot of, if you think about it, if Lawrence has got this, you can imagine how much other fighters do have this type of style, you know, showing really good lateral movement. And that's fantastic, because as I said, I'm a boxer myself, and them type of things do put off opponents. So it being in a game, it will more or less do the same.
This is a combination of showboating and the odd feint within the movement. This is all part of the boxer's personality. Some boxers will have more feints in their loose movement, some boxers will have more of a showboating style. Here you can
That
see
is so
Lawrence feinting
sick.
a punch, but then lands a nicely timed
It's
left hook.
wicked.
This is
Man,
something that's toggled seamlessly, going from
I'm
loose
so
movement back
angry
into
that
a
I
normal
didn't get to
stance
play this
and vice
version.
versa. This is something building out for some of our marquee fighters in the game, but overall it adds another level of realism and tactics into the mix within esports boxing club. Punches will also be possible by flicking the left stick in the direction that you want to
Man,
go.
straight away, look at that. This is the thing that we've been speaking about, like the head movement itself, the way how Arthur just ducked then. Like,
Combining this with time counters will be key. However, this isn't a case
That's
of just
amazing.
initiating a dodge when you realize a punch is coming. You have to anticipate.
but even then you can see Lawrence as well. Just look at that there. That there is what we call part of the sweet science. You know, an opponent coming forward, and you know Lawrence just trying to keep Arthur away by utilizing his jab. This is amazing.
To just
Oh
initiate
my
a dodge
gosh.
when you realize a punch is coming. You have to anticipate the punch, learn your opponent's patterns and fight styles. Here you can see Lyndon Arthur dodging Lawrence Accordi's punches.
that's brilliant, man.
However, if you do it too early, you could get yourself into trouble.
And fair
Timing
play.
is key.
But the thing is, the problem is in that with that there, what the speaker's talking about is in Undisputed, you can get catched at any
You can get
time,
yourself into trouble. So
even
timing
if
is
you do it early or you know on time, you'll still get catched. And I think that's what the issue is happening with Undisputed right now. Whereas this game is allowing you, if you time it right, then you will be able to obviously dodge the punch.
is key. Also, dodges will look different depending on which fighter you select. The marquee fighters will have a different style. Activating the loose movement modifier will also change how your dodge will look, as you can see here. Another move in the player's defensive arsenal is the ability to weave. This is activated by holding down the left trigger whilst moving the left stick in the
Wow.
direction you want to weave.
So,
So here you can see
wow.
Lyndon Arthur dodging some of Lawrence Accordi's punches.
Right, so we need to obviously go back to here. As you can see, what the Undisputed need to do is implement this right
Left
here.
stick in the
They need
direction you
this.
want to weave.
This is what we need.
So here you can see Lyndon Arthur dodging some
Because
of
even look at Lawrence, like he's got very long arms, and as you can see, Arthur's dodging it
So here you can see
correctly,
Lyndon Arthur
and that's
dodging
by
some of Lawrence
whoever's
Accordi's
playing
punches.
is utilizing the
It can
punches,
also be used
dodging the
as tactics
punches,
on the
right?
ropes, and you can also block
It's fantastic.
while you weave as well. Here you can see Lawrence Acoli hitting Lyndon Arthur with some counter shots, whilst Lyndon Arthur is throwing a lot of punches using a lot of stamina.
And if you think of, you know what this is reminding me of? This is reminding me of, what is it called, man? The boxing game that was gonna come out. Man, I'd have to pin it up the top. I do apologize as I forgot. I hate when this happens, but this is even the boxing sounds, the hits, the actual combinations. It just sounds perfect. It sounds like a real simulation boxing game, what people are asking for. As I said, I'm not discrediting Undisputed. We're just trying to figure out, why didn't we get this version? You know, to my knowledge, I've not seen anybody play. I've literally done some research. People playing this game, nobody's played this. As I said, I weren't around, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm so shocked and how good this is.
It's clear to see here that Lawrence is playing a defensive game, trying to make Lyndon miss as much as possible so that he uses up all his stamina. This is because the stamina has a big impact in terms of punch resistance and the power of your own punch.
Ooh, man, movement slips.
Being able to weave, players will also now be able to slip punches by pushing the left stick.
So that's obviously another mechanic as well. So I'm going to stop there. So relating to the Undisputed mechanic, with the slips, it's like it's too fast. So you get back into the center line, whereas your opponent can still hit you. Whereas if you see here, it's actually taking its time to bring the head back into the center line.
In the direction they want.
It just gives you a bit of time.
This is a very quick and efficient way of dodging punches.
Okay, so you guys would know exactly what I'm talking about in terms of that. That's what we obviously need to implement in the Undisputed as well.
So the block system in ESBC has two options. Fully manual, which is 3 points on the head, 3 points on the body, left, center and right, that you can block by holding down the right trigger and moving the right stick. There's a semi-automatic mode as well, which will require you to block either the head or the body. We feel by having both of these options, players who want a deeper simulation can select the manual mode, whilst the players who prefer for a more arcade feel can select the semi-automatic mode instead.
Right, so we are going to stop it right here. Okay, so as you can see, if this was Undisputed current, these punches will be breaking through these blocks. And I am not a massive fan of the blocking system. As we are speaking about it now, it does require a lot of work, but it's not the worst. As you know, if you utilize a couple of things, you can dodge quite a lot of punches. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, if you're a novice, it's gonna be very hard. But if you see here, Arthur is actually using a lot of combinations with power as well. And this is how the Undisputed need to implement this here, because as much as Arthur is delivering his combinations, Lawrence is obviously using his block system very well.
For players who prefer for a more arcade feel,
that's how it should look.
Automatic mode instead.
And obviously you will break through eventually, and that's by the hands getting tired. So in terms of hitting, which the Undisputed does have, if you keep attacking the same target, then the block won't work. So it's just self-explanatory stuff, honestly. This is brilliant.
So we're pleased to confirm that players will be able to throw punches whilst blocking. Whilst these punches aren't as powerful as throwing a punch without blocking.
Right, this is brilliant. As you know, Lawrence is a tall fighter, so his jabs are literally going straight to the face. And that's what we need to utilize within boxers. Because there's a lot of boxers on Undisputed right now that do not have it. They just don't feel like themselves. There's a lot. Okay, but there is a few that do feel like themselves.
Throwing a punch without
Look at that. Straight. It's brilliant.
Of defense for the player.
Could even see the lean overs as well, like the overhand.
For the player.
Brilliant.
You can throw a jab and a straight.
This is amazing. Honestly, I am stunned.
Right stick, selecting the desired punch. body, or whether
The
it's
combinations seem to be decent for sure. I'm satisfied with the combinations in Undisputed. I think they're really good. So I wouldn't really make any changes of that. That's just my opinion. I know you guys will probably say different. I'm okay with that.
So because flash knockdowns and one-punch knockouts exist in ESBC, you have to really pick your shots. You can't throw too wildly, and you can't leave yourself open, because if you do so, the game will punish you for not taking into account your opponent's playstyle.
That is beautiful. That nice slip there. I know you guys actually seen that.
So right now,
that beautiful slip.
The game will punish you
and a nice counter as well.
Your opponent's playstyle.
Slip, hit, nice.
Here you can see Lawrence Okoli throwing his jab, his right hook, his left hook, and it looks distinctively different to the other fighters in the game.
That is beautiful.
So this is something we're focused on. We want to allow players to pick and choose certain punches from different movesets to essentially create their own for their own fighters.
I'm going to pause it right there. I cannot believe how good them videos looked. Like, we ain't even finished. But enough of me.
Studio, which is innovation. One of the things we wanted to recreate in ESBC was the ability for a fighter to be dangerous even whilst they're hurt. You might want to rush in and
that's
finish them
beautiful.
off, but as we all know, in boxing, one punch can change everything.
Yeah, of course, definitely. I'm still stunned with what I just actually shown you guys as I was breaking down a video on what could potentially make the Undisputed the best boxing game of all time. Obviously, at the moment, current, it is playable, but there's a lot of things that needs to be done to it, of course. And I feel like if the Undisputed team do go back to a couple of things that we have seen from the beginning, there's without a doubt, you know, there's a lot of things that I picked out. There's a lot of things that a lot of you guys have been picked out, that picked out as well. And you can clearly see that it was close to perfection, in my opinion anyway. Because there's a lot of stuff that in there, and I just was like, if this was in Undisputed, then wow. But I just thought this video would have been obviously good for you guys, because a lot of people have been speaking about the very first, you know, ESBC, which is turned into Undisputed now, you know, saying bring it back and stuff like that. And I just thought, you know what, let's just do a video on it, because I'd really want to be staying creative as well, doing different types of videos and bring some more excitement to the game. But yeah, that's enough of me. There's a few more videos coming this week for sure, as I am still, you know, wrapping it up. If I do take long regarding the videos, it's due to the editing process, because all the content creators know what I'm talking about, as I do deliver high quality videos and it's going to continue. So it's just my style. So stay tuned. Now, I appreciate you all. Share some opinions down in the comments as well on if you do prefer the Undisputed version, or, you know, the ESBC version would have been suitable for you guys. So yeah, peace.